So, Mark, what do companies get wrong about friction in their digital experiences? Like, what's a common belief that you just think about differently than typical company?
I think, one of the things that gets in the way often is, the amount of information that you ask from customers before they actually get into the shopping. The customer comes to the site. First thing that many, retailers are showing is a pop-up, a modal, if you will, to capture an email address and to capture an SMS, a cell number for SMS messaging in return for a discount. There are those that believe, and I've been in businesses where we've done that and aggressively. There are those that believe that, that just is friction and gets in the way, from the customer's experience. Your comment about promo code, is a friction. The ability to, require a customer to log in as opposed to being able to, check out as a guest is a friction point. Returns, if you're an apparel business and, your return rate is, let's call it 20%. That's a lot of people and a lot of reverse logistics to deal with. There's a lot of friction in the returns process. And, my take, on that particular one is, look, if you're selling products and a customer doesn't want it, got to make it easy for them to give it back, because that is a point where you can almost rest assured that if they have a problem, either getting it back to you or getting their refund on a quick basis, the likelihood that they're going to shop from you again is a real problem. You go back to Amazon. If I buy something today from Amazon and I don't like it, Whole Foods is right around the corner from my house. I can run into Whole Foods and drop it off there, or I can leave it at the front door and have a mailman get it. And it's just a very convenient thing, and it doesn't preclude me from trying things because I know it will be easy for me to get it back to them.
Yeah, I just recently bought a new bike helmet, and they had a try before you buy option from Amazon, which I haven't seen before, where I got to pick like 3 different helmets. They shipped all 3. They didn't bill me for any of them. I had like 15 days to try it or 10 days to try it. And then I identified the ones I was sending back. I went and dropped them at Kohl's, similar to
Yep.
Kohl's is closer to me than Whole Foods, and made the process simple. And they charged me for the one helmet. I thought that was brilliant because I actually ended up with the most expensive helmet was the one I kept. I would probably not have tried it had they not done that. So that's an excellent example of taking the friction out, and it causes people to try things they might not otherwise buy.
Yeah. And it's hard, depending upon the size of the business. If you're a smaller retailer and you buy inventory down to the unit, you're selling dresses perhaps, and, you're buying 1 or 2 of each. And, dresses have a notoriously, high return rate. On the one hand, you want to have her order the 6 and the 8 so that she can try it on at home. But on the other hand, you could be hyperventilating a little bit because you only bought 1, 6, and 8, or maybe only a handful, and now that's been taken out of commission. You can't sell it to somebody else while that customer is trying it on. So it's doesn't always work for all size businesses.
True. And to your point, it's the only time I've gotten that option on Amazon, and I buy a lot on Amazon. So clearly it's something in test and maybe certain categories that they can do.
I feel like that adds friction. I don't want to plan to have to bring a product back to Amazon. I'd rather take the risk on the helmet that I want. And if I'm wrong, then I'll deal with the return, but I don't want to plan the return.
I thought it was interesting. I was willing to give it a shot, and it didn't stress me out too much, and it gave me a shot to try, one I might not.
Built-in point counterpoint here.